Yo, remember when Saitama and Goku fought Naruto for the last Dragon Ball? He'd have lost if he didn't have a gum fruit.
What? Do you even watch anime? Yo, what's this guy talking about?
Yo, who mans
Yo,
is
get
this?
out of here, man. Alright, back here with another video. I am your host. This is KQ from KQ Anime. Alright guys, since the recent chapter, most fans have been wondering, are Yonko stronger than Admirals? In today's video, we are going to dissect the feats that both the Admirals and the Yonkos have displayed, and also the portrayal that they have in the story. From this, we should be able to find out who truly ruled the seas. The Admirals are the strongest fighting force of the world government, and there are three known eras that they exist. In the first era, we have Garp and Sengoku, who constantly went toe-to-toe with all the legendary pirates and have come out victorious on numerous occasions. For instance, Roger, who was the Pirate King, has stated that in his prime, the only people that can challenge him are Garp, Sengoku, or Whitebeard. Roger also stated that there were several times that him and Garp could have killed each other over the decades. Now that gives a lot of hype to the Admirals. On the other hand, some people argue that it took Garp and Sengoku working together to take down Shiki the lion, but like I always say, we need to look at the context. Shiki was escaping Impel Down. They caught him on the way out, and this was a marine base. So Garp and Sengoku's goal is to preserve the infrastructure of their base, prevent more escapees, save their fellow marines, all while taking down one of the greatest pirates of that era. And this isn't by no means easy, as we see from top tiers that within their fights, being distracted even for a second can cost you the fight. So for these two, their feats speak for themselves, and it shouldn't be overlooked that they are the ones to train the new generation of Admirals. Now, this generation of Admirals consists of three individuals with rare Logia Devil Fruits, advanced Haki, and they are also trained in multiple forms of combat. These three have been dubbed by the fandom by the three OG Admirals due to them being the first we have seen in the series. All three have great introductions. Aokiji, for instance, wiped out the entire Straw Hat crew in his introduction, and then went out to instantly freeze the water from the island they were on to another island that were miles away, and rode a bike across of it, which was ridiculous, but to show how ridiculously powerful he was. Kizaru instantly defeated the worst generation as Saboti before they could even blink, and Akainu at Marine 4 blocked Whitebeard's attack with his foot. These are all great showings, and to be fair, Marine 4 made all three Admirals look great, but there is still a lot of debate between the fans. In favor for Aokiji, he was able to freeze Whitebeard's tsunami in an instant, morph his body to dodge Whitebeard's close combat attacks, which, by the way, Katakuri says you need a future sight to do, and he was also able to instantly break off the arm of Diamond Jozu. Now, we can also say that Jozu did get caught off guard, but as we said, with top tier fights, being caught off guard for a second can make you lose your life, or make you lose the fight, and that's what happened with Jozu. Akainu was able to take a quick attack to the face from Whitebeard, and even deal deadly blows to Whitebeard's chest, and take off a good chunk of Whitebeard's face in return. All three Admirals displayed similar feats of Future Sight and Advanced Armor no Haki. On the flip side, all of this still doesn't kill an old, sick, and injured Whitebeard who was on life support just 2 minutes ago. In the end, Whitebeard died on his feet by his former crew member, Blackbeard. Blackbeard is the one who actually dealt the killing blow to Whitebeard, not the Admirals. So you can see where this causes a lot of debate. Since then, Akainu and Aokiji fought for the Fleet Admiral position for 10 days straight, showing great stamina, AoE, and awakening by permanently changing the climate on Punk Hazard. Aokiji lost and defected from the Marines, with Sakazuki dropping the Admiral epithet of Akainu and becoming the new Fleet Admiral in Sengoku's place. Our new three is Kizaru, followed by Fujitoru and Green Bull. According to Jinbei, the Marines are stronger than they have ever been before, and with the Admirals being the strongest fighting force, we can only assume this means that the new 3 Admirals, or I should say the new 2 Admirals, in addition with one of the old, are even stronger than they were pre-time skip. This is also followed up by statements from Doflamingo, who says that Fujitora and Green Bull were beasts even before becoming Admirals. Fujitora completely dominates whenever he's in the presence of Doflamingo. He sent down a meteor upon them when they were on a small island close to Dressrosa, which completely left a crater in the ground, and was able to block a blitz attack from Doflamingo without even budging. He also even showed that his Devil Fruit cannot just summon meteors, but also can lift all the rubber in Dressrosa. Fans debate how strong he is since Luffy was able to get away from him, but don't take into context that Fujitora was purposely letting Luffy get away as a thank you for righting the wrongs that Dofi committed on Dressrosa. This was said by Fuji's in their thoughts, by Sabo when he fought Fujitora, and even through Fujitora's actions when he apologized for Dofi's actions to the king of Dressrosa, and then he went to the Gorosei about the situation to successfully abolish the Shishibukai. The only slight to Fujitora is his clashes with Zoro, but on the other hand, Zoro has clashed with strong fighters before, like Dofi and Kaido, so take that as you may. Now, finally, after years of having only a silhouette for Green Bull, we get to see how he looks, and we get to see how he acts and how he thinks and how he maneuvers. Green Bull came to Wano days after their war concluded and swept through Kaido's forces, plus the Scabbards, plus Yamato. The fans went crazy, and honestly, this is what sparked the Admiral versus Yonko debate again. Think about this. Shanks pulls up outside of Wano, and with a Haki strike was able to make Green Bull cower in fear. Much like how Monet was in the presence of Zoro, Green Bull couldn't keep his Logia form together and lost the form due to complete and utter fear. Honestly, this makes him look pathetic, and when we reevaluate his feats so far, it's not looking too good for him. Even with all the doctors available on Wano, the Straw Hat Alliance, including the Scabbards, are still recovering. And in a much worse condition are the Beast Pirates, who do not have the same medics that the Straw Hats do and are in worse conditions. To take into context, Luffy, who is a confirmed awakened Zoan, still did not wake up until the same day Green Bull arrived, even with doctors like Law, Chopper, and Mr. Miyagi. All 3 doctors plus whatever remaining doctors are in Wano still couldn't get Luffy, who is an awakened Zoan, to wake up out of his possible coma. But someone like King and Queen and the rest of Kaido's forces, who had no doctors available for them, a lot of fans are expecting them to be in tip-top shape, and that won't be the case. The fact is, King, Queen, and the rest of the forces were heavily injured and caught off guard with Green Bull's arrival. Another slight to Green Bull is that when he was with Fujitora in the land of Marijois, he lost to Sabo and the Revolutionaries prior to this, and as Sakazuki said, there are no excuses for them because they are admirals. But in their defense, they did need to minimize damage. They did need to save all the civilians. They did need to make sure that no celestial dragon was hurt and everyone was safe and there was no casualties whatsoever. They did all of this while trying to stop a strategically planned ambush. Green Bull hasn't had a great showing when you think about it. Arriving to Wano to take out a weakened army was a good plan until you're surrounded by a pissed off Shanks and his crew, as well as the Straw Hat Alliance. So like he said, he wasn't ready to fight Shanks that day. Meaning another day he would, but maybe not on the day where he's been fighting Kaido's crew and now has to worry about the Straw Hat Alliance and Shanks' entire crew. That's just way too much. So the lurker question is, who's stronger? And I think what Oda is trying to say here is that Yonko still reigns supreme when it comes to the seas. And Admiral can go toe to toe with them, don't get me wrong, but only if they got a chance to go all out. But in most occasions, they don't. They do not have the luxury due to the location that they are and their need to protect civilians. which is why in those cases we see admirals typically team up. It makes things easier if you can have someone watching your back while you're also protecting lives and protecting property and also trying to avoid incoming attacks. The only chance we are going to get to see their full capabilities are in the final war. But for now, I think it's safe to say that the Yonkos, aside from Buggy, can defeat any admiral of their time. That's it for today, guys. If you like anything I had to say, please take the time to like and subscribe, and I'll be posting more videos like these in the future. And possibly, if you guys want, I can start covering other animes that you guys have interest in. Hope to see more of you guys. Peace.